All right, everybody, can we get a round of applause for Miss Chanel West Coast in the building?
What's up? I feel like I needed a clap too. I do that so much on Ridiculousness.
And we just introduced you to Natty Light Seltzer, courtesy of Dirty Phil.
It's very good. Thank you. I love it.
All right, so let's just get into it. Let's talk a bit about your backstory growing up. Everybody, of course, knows you from TV, but how'd you get into music? What was it that inspired you to start?
Well, basically, since I could talk pretty much, my mom and everybody around her noticed that like I had a knack for music, and so once my mom noticed that, she started getting me into dance classes and singing lessons, and then at school, anything I could get into performing arts, it was like I was in choir, dance, hip hop dance, orchestra, drill team, just all performing arts. Like that's just all I ever wanted to do since I was a little girl. And my dad was a DJ, so that also helped influence me, obviously.
Dope. So getting into that, I mean, I seen the Adam 22 interview. You said check the resume, right? So we checked the resume a little bit. We got Be Real. You've done songs with Ty Dolla $ign, French Montana, Robin Thicke. Ain't heard that name in a long time. And Snoop. What's it like to do a song with Snoop Dogg?
Honestly, that was one of the craziest experiences ever, because basically I had sent Snoop a song, and I was like, I need you to get on the song. Like it's meant, it was just meant for him. And he sent me back a text and was like, after I sent him the song, and he was like, meet me at this location at this time tonight. I'm dead serious. And he's like, and the verse will be laid, spade, spooned, and groomed. That is what he said. And I just started cracking up because I thought it was the funniest text. And then I showed up to the studio that night.
Is that weird to get a text from Snoop? Like, do you believe it? And then when you show up, do you bring all of these guys with you when you show up to that?
I knew it was him because I got his number. That's why I sent him the song.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, okay, come to this address at this time, whatever. And so that night we roll up to the studio, and I walk in the room, and it's so cloudy. You know what I mean? It's very smoky, very smoky. That later, this is a true story, that exact studio, I had come to work there later, like a month or two later. And my producer's like, yeah, this is the same studio where we came that night to meet Snoop when he did the verse for you. I said, no, it's not. I said, this studio didn't have a window. He goes, yeah, there was a window. I just don't think you could see it through all the smoke.
That's funny.
So, like, I had no idea that there was even a window in that studio. Yeah. That's how smoky it was when I went to
Well, speaking of smoke, we did a little more background check. Your favorite weed is Bubba Kush.
Yes.
Right? Phil, go hook her up with some Bubba Kush.
No, don't tell me you guys have Bubba here.
Now, boy, here, I'm going to tell you, this is not Cali, and it's surely not D.C. I was told this is Bubba Kush, but I'm not 100% sure it's Bubba Kush. You're going to know better than me.
I'm to confirm right
yes.
now. All right.
But Phil's bringing it out for you. Hook her up with that. Yes. Something to smoke tonight.
Thanks.
Just tell me later if it is or it isn't, and then I'll handle my weed man later. We'll take care of him line and all that shit.
It smells pretty Bubba-y.
Is right?
Honestly, I didn't think that I'd find some weed like this out here.
Yeah, we scored, boy. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, no, that's pretty authentic. I'm actually impressed.
You're real known for your laugh and your smile. Thanks. What's up with the LOL cartel? Explain that.
LOL cartel, that's my clothing line. Basically, it was inspired. The name came from Redman.
Okay.
So in my Sharon Stone music video, there's like a little skit with Redman and Michael Rappaport. And they're like detectives, and they're like, Michael Rappaport's like, I'm trying to find out who she with. And Redman was like, I think she with the LOL cartel. So you
just ran with it after that?
I just ran with it after that. Really, I mean, I thought it was a great name for a clothing line just because, LOL in itself is like a happy type, phrase. It means laugh out loud, obviously. But with my brand, it also means live out loud, love out loud.
Oh, okay.
So it stands for a lot of positive things. And then putting cartel with it is kind of a way of like, my whole brand is about being positive and promoting positivity, but also being a badass. Because I think that like a lot of kids these days are confused. They think that hating, being negative acting like almost like you're in a bad mood is cool or something. And
No,
like,
I agree with
not.
you. You're right. Yeah.
It's not being happy, spreading positivity, loving people, smiling, laughing. That shit is cool. That's the real cool people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
LOL Cartel is kind of like, we're all about laughing and positivity, but we're a cartel. We're a gang too, We're just a gang that's all about positivity and spreading good vibes,
Yeah, yeah.
So that's my brand.
So
Much.
who all do you have rocking it? Anybody else supporting it that we know about?
There's been a lot of people. I actually just sent out a few care packages to a couple big people. So stay tuned and keep looking on the social media, and you'll see a few big people are going to be rocking it. A couple big people already have, like a couple of my friends, my girl Margie Plus, my girl Mariah Lynn, a couple of skateboarder homies. But there's going to be a couple other really big people rocking it in like the next couple weeks.
That's dope. That's what it takes though, right? I'd really get it out there and get it sold.
Exactly. You got to get everybody wearing it.
The Anchors video seems to be like just popping crazy for you right now.
Thank you.
And my question is, you switched it up. I don't want to say a lot, but it's definitely different from some of your other stuff. You got like the 50s pinup girl style going and singing. And as I go through the comments, there's a lot of comments of people saying, Chanel, make more music like this.
Yeah.
So like as an artist, and that's a little off, I won't say off pace, but a little different from your normal thing. Uh-huh. Do you listen to the fans and make more music like that now moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a singer since I was a little girl. The reason I started rapping was I didn't really know how to write singing songs. So for me, writing raps was just like, I mean, I wrote poetry since I was little too. It's like rapping is such an authentic thing for me. Like if people knew, like I literally was writing little poems since I was a little girl. I was obsessed with poetry. Like I've just always loved it. And so rapping was like just putting my poetry over a beat. It was kind of easy. Like I don't want to say it's easy because it's like I still haven't had a #1 hit, so it obviously isn't that easy. But yeah, it was easy for me, And I think that actually could be a problem sometimes. Is that sometimes the easier things, some people get lucky with easy stuff, but I think. I'm a spiritual person and everything. I'm like, maybe I was meant to do more, and that's why I haven't had success with the thing that's so easy for me, So I worked with a songwriter on that song named Cadence, and together her and I made Anchors. Pretty much, without her, there wouldn't be Anchors. Also, without me, there wouldn't be Anchors. It's my story. It was all my lyrics.
Yeah.
But those were her melodies that she put down, So we came together and made that. And so I really would love to work with more songwriters and do more singing stuff. Because that's really why I haven't done singing stuff yet. It's like I didn't really know how to write singing songs.
It's definitely different. There's no doubt about that. But some of the best singers in the game have 8, 9 writers. When you start looking at credits on real good songs or popular songs, you're like, man, there's 7, 10, 12 people wrote this song.
It's crazy. I didn't know that, and like I did a little research in the past and I saw like a couple of my favorite songs. I was curious like who produced them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was like literally like you just said, like 12 writers. I'm like,
it's crazy.
12 people?
And then the song is just 4 words repeated the whole time. Like it took 12 people to come up with that. That's crazy, right? Like who?
No, you'd be surprised. It's like there's always that one writer that comes in with like the one little change or the one, and that ends up like making it,
yeah.
And they're like, oh, told you. It was my one little change that made it that. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously there's a science to it because there's definitely a lot of songwriters been in the game for a long time. You don't unless you don't know. Yeah. But Beyonce, for example, has a lot of songwriters. Like, and there's no wonder she keeps having hit after hit after hit. So there's definitely a science to it. Artists that you want to work with, is there anybody out there right now that catching your eye you'd like to do something with?
I've been saying this forever. Drake, definitely. Ooh, just because I've had a lot of people tell me, because I rap and I do melodic stuff and sing. So a lot of people are like, oh, you're kind of like a female Drake or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we would like work really well together. As far as girls to work with, I would really like to work with Cash Doll. I think she's dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just think she has such a unique tone of voice, and for me, that's like one of the things that like makes me really like an artist is when they're so unique. Like when their voice comes on, it's them.
It's them.
There's a lot of people who sound like other people, and
right.
sometimes I'll get confused. Like, wait, who is that again?
All right, so now we're going to the lightning round. Make a noise, Phil. Lightning round. What the hell is that? Was that a car revving? Like
That's the sound of lightning.
that's a Ford Lightning. That's what that was revving up. All right, lightning round. This is gonna be like a yes or no. You pick. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna start this on. Would you like a man with face tats or without face tats?
Prefer no.
And that's
face
one
tats.
knocking on the door right now with face tats. That's Cameron. Let Cameron in. I'm glad I asked that before he showed up.
I prefer no face tats, but it depends what type of face you have because some people. I don't know why my nose is getting runny all of a sudden.
Is that Cameron? Is that Cameron?
He came in with his face like. No, I mean I prefer none because I personally feel that I think that some people destroy their face with those things.
Yeah.
But if you have like the right type of face, like sometimes it could like. I don't know, like almost like help.
Yeah. Bring Cameron over here. Let's look at Cameron real quick. He said he's the best looking one in the room. I'd still take your second to me, bro.
How many face tats do you have?
Just a couple.
Just little ones though. Don't do no more than that. I'm telling you. See, but like you have like a decent face. You have a good face. I just don't get why people who are like already attractive. Like go ham with it.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you already look good. Like
So, I mean,
the uglier people, I'm like, maybe it was like spicing them up a little. It was almost like makeup.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, if you're ugly, should you just go all out with it? Like,
Well,
I think you need a couple, Phil. You should get a couple.
I feel like it could be like, it's more like a makeup thing for people who might not be as attractive. It kind of adds like a cool little something to them.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, next hot seat question or lightning round. Give me a sound, Phil.
That is the worst lightning.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing? All right, gold or silver?
Gold.
Gold. All right, breakfast, Eggos or Pop-Tarts?
Eggos.
Clout or money?
Money.
All right, you'd be surprised, man, if you'll do a lot of stuff for the likes, man.
Yes.
Ridiculousness or Fantasy Factory?
Oh! That's tough. Okay, so I'm going to say from a filming and being on the show perspective, Ridiculousness. From a fan perspective, Fantasy Factory. Because I don't watch Ridiculousness, and I watched every episode of Fantasy Factory.
Nice.
Probably because it was just like so much more that went into filming Fantasy Factory. Like, the process was just... it's like we go and film 3 episodes of Ridiculousness in a day. Like, knock it out. It's like one and done. It's like so fast and easy and like... And, it's great to do, like, it's much easier, like, less work.
Yeah.
But Fantasy Factory just was more, like, I guess you could say fulfilling. Like, there was so much more experiences.
Yeah.
Like it was, like, all these moments that were just such great memories. So, Fantasy Factory.
Nice. All right, that's the end of the lightning round, Phil. Close us out. Perfect. All right, up next, we want to do a, can you go ahead and grab it, Phil? I don't know if you've had this yet. We're going to do a drink taste test with you and get your honest feedback. And we got some Lyrical Lemonade from Cole, and we're going to see if Chanel likes it. We're going to rate it on a 1 to 10 basis if she's liking it or not. You want one, Doc?
So it's lemonade.
It's just lemonade from Cole.
Lemonade is basically my favorite juice. So
Nice. We're doing good so far on the weed and the lemonade.
I drink a lot of lemonade. So let's see.
You got.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I don't know what I'd rate it. Okay, let me think. I mean, I'm a real lemonade fan, so I'll give it a 7.
Ooh, a 7 from
You know
a real
why?
lemonade fan?
You want to know what it reminds me of? It tastes like lemonade you get from a kid at a lemonade stand.
Nice. Like, who would have ever thought a video director would be selling lemonade? Like, you got any thoughts, anything that you'd like to get into as far as branding?
All kinds of things. But my goal is to blow up my music first because I feel like,
Gotcha.
once I'm a more respected artist, then once you're a respected artist, you could damn near sell anything. Once you got those diehard fans, those cult-like, fans, you could sell anything to them. I mean, I feel like Beyonce could literally make anything, and her fans will buy it. Same with Rihanna, same with Kylie. So that's the goal, is to get the music way more poppin', so that then all these crazy ideas I have, I could just literally, anybody will buy it.
Kelsey is a big fan of yours right here. She's shy. I've never seen Kelsey this shy before. She's got a question for you.
Okay.
You can just ask it to Doc. He'll film you asking.
So first, I just mad respect. I'm super fangirling right now, and it's weird for me. But just watching you, like, you are a badass, and I love the laughing and like the smiling thing. I actually have gummy bears for you because I think they make everybody happy. But I definitely vibe on that same level, and I guess for me, like, trying to be empowering for females, especially younger girls, like, what about what you do you want them to remember about you?
I want them to remember that I have not, I guess you could say, sold my soul to make it. I think that's also why I haven't maybe popped off as much with my music yet, is because I haven't done some things that other girls are willing to do. And I'd rather take the long route and, like, not do hoe activities. I don't know. I think that
I like that.
No, I would just like young girls to know that it's like you have to work 10 times harder if you have morals and and higher standards.
That's game.
And I want them to know that, to not give up, because it's gonna be harder that way. It has been a lot harder, but I think that once I finally do make it, I'm gonna feel so much better about it and know that, like, I didn't give in or, like, do things that, like, don't make me feel good about myself to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think that young girls should, and I also want young girls to know too, is like, there's a lot of these famous people you see online and stuff, but like, a lot of those people are not good people in real life. I've met a lot of people, and I think that young girls shouldn't look up to those type of people. I think that they should really just focus on what they really like themselves and not follow other people. I think young girls need to really just be themselves and stay true to who they are and not let what everybody else is fucking doing influence them, because then you end up, like, completely lost whenever you start following everybody, then you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a great answer. Great question, Kelsey.
Yeah.
That's why we brought her out.
I love your name too. My first name's Chelsea, and this is a true story. My childhood dog, the very first dog we ever got when I was 6 years old, we went to get him on my birthday. My mom was like, "What do you want to name him?" And I was like, "Let's name him Kelsey. It rhymes with Chelsea." And my mom's like,
Nice.
there is Kelsey Grammer, because it was a boy dog.
Yeah.
And she's like, "All right, we could name him Kelsey." So my childhood dog growing up was named Kelsey. And then, like, my mom would always be, like, yelling either mine or the dog's name, and I never knew who I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I'm talking to the dog." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, it's really funny. I named my childhood dog Kelsey.
Phil, you got a question for her?
Yeah, all right. So I see you were in a studio with a homie of mine who I've actually worked with. We've collaborated.
Who?
Swede.
Wait.
808 Mafia in Miami. You were, you were working with him.
I wasn't in the studio with him. I think I was just working on his beats.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that kind of ruined my question.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to see what it was like, because I collaborated with him on a couple projects, so just seeing, like, what the vibe is, like, if any of, like, the music was coming out, or if you were just listening.
We haven't hooked up together in the studio. It's so funny, like, he was in LA, and then I was in Miami, and then vice versa. So, yeah, we couldn't, like, get in together, but he sent me beats, and then I was getting on them. But I actually never finished the one main song that I did with him. So thank you for reminding me about that, because I'm gonna finish that, like, next week.
So you're in the tri-state tonight doing a show. Tell to finish it off. Tell us about the show.
It's not a show. It's a hosting gig.
You're hosting it.
I'm gonna get on the mic probably, but I definitely want to make sure people know that there's a difference, because when I'm doing a show, I come out with my DJ, my dancers. There's gonna be visuals. It's like a whole production. I'm on some fucking Staples Center shit. Even if I'm in a fucking dive bar. But tonight's more of a hosting thing. I just came to turn up, party, have a good time with everybody.
Cool. All right. Where's it at?
It's at Taboo.
Where is Blaze in here? Did Blaze ever make it inside?
He's right there.
I'm just making sure. Hey, bro, it's rough outside. All right. Just making sure nobody got you. All right, everybody. Chanel West Coast, thank you for stopping by One Room Media. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for the bubba.
Yeah.
Woo! It's actually really good bubba.